Rob Dew with Infowars.com, and I want to talk about the fever dream that is the Jill Stein-induced recount going on in 3 states right now. That's Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. But first I want to say this to Jill. I know you went out there and said, oh, we got to worry about Hillary Clinton. She's going to cause World War III because you thought and you believed those fake polls out there that said she was going to win. So you wanted to set yourself up as the counterpuncher to who you thought was going to be president.
She led the way in Libya. She's trying to start an air war with Russia over Syria, which means if Hillary gets elected, we're kind of going to war with Russia, folks.
And then when Donald Trump became president, you started looking and going, how can I capitalize off this? We all know what you're doing. We all know this is for money, and it's backfiring in your face big time. In fact, let's go right now to Wisconsin and look at what's going on there. They're on day 5 of their recount. Here at Infowars.com, we got the article. Update, Trump up by 70,000 votes in Wisconsin recount so far, proving his point that he would gain votes in a recount and thus win the popular vote. And if you look at how the spreadsheet is set up, you've got the column set up of the original election results, where Trump leads by 22,000. Then you've got where the recounts are happening in the middle, and then next to that is the difference in votes. And right now I want to focus on the recount section where it has Donald Trump winning by 69,899 votes. That's in the precincts that have reported so far. And if we go to heavy.com, who's also been reporting on this, you could see that over the 5 days, Trump has netted 84 votes, while Clinton has only netted 58 votes. So he's already building on his 22,000 lead. So when we have him winning at 70,000 votes, that just means the precincts that have been counted thus far. Now let's move to Michigan, where Trump only won by a little over 10,000 votes. And so this was the Democrats' best chance to, I guess, steal an election from him if they were going to do that in a recount. But I got some bad news. In fact, half of Detroit votes may be ineligible for recount. Wow, that's going to be a shame. 1/3 of precincts in Wayne County could be disqualified from an unprecedented statewide recount of presidential election results because of problems with the ballots. And here's what Ingham County Clerk Barb Byram had to say about the issue.
There's a checklist on whether or not a precinct can be unrecountable. If there's a large tear in the ballot container that would allow ballots to be removed or ballots to be put in, that potentially could deem a precinct unrecountable. If the seal on the precinct, if the seal on the ballot container bag doesn't match the seal number written in the poll book, that could potentially be a cause for an unrecountable precinct as well. First, they are First, they have to make sure that the seal numbers match the seal numbers recorded in the poll books, and then they will inspect the ballot containers. They will also then take out the ballots and maybe any unused ballots still in the wrap, and they will count the ballots and make sure the number of ballots in the ballot container equals the number of ballots recorded in the poll book.
So there's 2 things going on here. One is the vote totals in the ballot box have to reconcile with what's written in the poll book, and also the seal numbers have to be the same. In Michigan's largest county, 610 of the 1,680 precincts didn't have reconciled vote totals. So that makes them invalid. And in Democrat-heavy Detroit, 392 of the 662 precincts did not have matching seal numbers. This is going to throw a bunch of vote totals out for Hillary Clinton in this recount, but we're not done. In Genesee County, 13 of 222 precincts did not have balancing numbers, and that's in mainly Democrat-heavy Flint. And so far in Ingham County, 6 of the 30 precincts could not be recounted. In the official results, Trump won by 10,000. But now with all these votes being thrown out in the recount, I think you're going to see this balloon to maybe up to 50,000 votes for Trump. A big win this time, and it's good to see that. Now let's move on to PA, where we have a BillyPin.com. They just did the recount in Philly. They finished it. Hillary Clinton got 5 votes. 5 votes. Trump stayed the same. Jill Stein stayed the same. Gary Johnson stayed the same. She got 5 votes in Philly. The only other place she's going to get a lot of votes is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So things are not looking good there. She looks like she's barely going to cut into that nearly 50,000 vote margin that Donald Trump has in PA. Now, there's 2 other states that are involved in the recount fight. One is Nevada, where Rocky De La Fuente paid for a recount, and they're going to recount 92 precincts. Right now, Clinton has a lead of 27,000 votes. It's probably going to stay the same. And the other is in Florida, where on Monday at Leon Circuit Court, a lawsuit was filed that asserts that Hillary Clinton, not Donald Trump, actually won Florida. There's no way she's going to get those votes in Florida, folks. It was a landslide in Florida. Comparative terms, if you look at past elections. So in the end, we're going to have the first female major presidential candidate lose the election twice. And that's not going to look good for anybody. But thank you, Jill Stein, for proving a point that our elections are kind of hoodwinked, and there is some chicanery going on in some of these precincts, especially up in Michigan. Now, I want to end this final piece of Trump news with the Trump effect. It was reported today in the Wall Street Journal, SoftBank pledges to invest $50 billion in U.S. after meeting with Trump. This is a big deal. They're going to invest $50 billion and create 50,000 jobs. The Trump effect is making positive waves throughout the economy, and he's not even president yet. This is Rob Dew reporting for Infowars.com and Infowars Nightly News.